The value that people need to understand that they're going to get through professional photography is the trust.
Right.
You're building trust with your client or whoever your service is for, your community.
Good morning, Glendora. My name is Taylor Garcia. I'm your host, and today we have a very special guest. I'm super excited to have a conversation. We have Stephanie with SJNV Photographs. Stephanie, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your business, and just a little bit about you.
I am Stephanie Nicosia-Vannatta now. I'm married to my lovely husband, Harry Vannatta, for 2 years now. I am 34 years old. 34 years young. I'm a native Glendoran. I grew up here my whole life, my dad as well. And you know, now coming full circle into the community, I have opened my own photography business, the SJNV, Stephanie Jean Nicosia-Vannatta. So I am looking for branding. Anybody help me with that? I know that's a mouthful, but that's where we're at right now. But yeah, I know a lot of people in this town, and you're somebody that I reconnected with recently.
Yeah.
We have the same alma mater, Glendora. So I love that you're bringing people that are passionate about Glendora together. So I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. No, that's great. And you know what? I love talking to people our age because I'm also born and raised here in the town. And so to kind of see it come full circle to now, we're contributing to the economy of the city and the town.
Here we come.
It's kind of cool to see, you know? Yeah, no, that's great. So to kind of dive deeper into some of your services, because I know, I met you through our ribbon cutting at our agency, and it was really cool and fresh to see somebody like a new face, somebody younger. No offense to anybody that's a little older, but it was just
I could tell you how that opportunity came. So I got introduced to the Glendora Chamber of Commerce through Auburn Haney, who owns the yoga dance company studio, Aerial Arts. She owns her own business in Glendora.
Right.
She's the director of businesses, and through that relationship, I did some photography for her, and that led to the opportunity of saying, hey, maybe I should be more active in this community.
Yeah.
I just met with them at the chamber. It was super easy to sign up to become a member.
Right.
And from there, I just got ideas about how can I help serve small businesses and connect myself with small businesses in Glendora.
Yeah.
Currently, my main thing is lifestyle photography.
Okay.
So that's family, maternity, graduation, any special thing in your life that you would want documented.
Yeah.
But I really want to dive into small business. So I just thought that was a great way to start. And so the ribbon cutting, I got an email that you are having your ribbon cutting, Jackson & Jackson Insurance. So what did I do? I took the initiative to think of creative package. How can I better serve someone like you and give a service of value? And you thought it was a great idea.
Yeah.
We connected, we got the pictures, and the ball's been rolling since then. We've been creating content.
I love that. No, it's so funny because even in my own head, because I'm obviously creative, so I do some photo and video stuff, and I was like, man, how would I wanted to capture that ceremony, but I couldn't do it myself because I got to be in it.
Us photographers, who's gonna fill that void for us? So that was a solution to a problem that you didn't even really kind of see was gonna come. I kind of popped in your DMs. No.
And I think a lot of businesses can benefit from stuff like that because with how prominent content is nowadays, and a lot of people struggle with who's going to take those photos or how it's going to look or what is that, how do I find that? So I think that's a great idea because when you approached me, I was like, this is exactly what I was looking for. I just didn't know who to ask.
Yes, and then people have asked me since, how did you get that connection? And I just kind of created it for myself with the opportunity. And that's how we got to do as entrepreneurs. And especially in a sales business, like a photography service or sales of any sort.
Yeah.
You've got a product, you've got to sell it, and you've got to constantly be creative and figure out how can I sell that? So recently becoming more focused on the client instead of me, I has been a big game changer.
Right.
So, and I feel like we have the same energy with your guys' business.
Right, and it is about going out there and just taking the initiative, and it is hard at sometimes, and it is hard or a little nerve-wracking because you don't know what they're going to say or do, right? You get some rejection.
But I feel like when you get the big one, or you get a big fish you've been chasing, it gives you that confidence to go for it more.
Absolutely.
And I've even heard from, I have sought out certain mentors and able to establish myself in photography. My career, this is my second career in life.
Okay.
So my first career, I was a registered dental assistant for 11 years.
Oh, wow.
And I had a very good career, and it allowed me to get jobs every state I moved. I moved to New Jersey in the past and got a job there. Alaska, Juneau, Alaska, and here. And so it was great job stability.
Yeah, wow.
But after 10 or 11 years, I just wasn't passionate enough about teeth to go to that next step.
Right.
And while living in Alaska, I was gifted a camera to start taking pictures.
Okay.
And that's what reignited my passion for photography.
Interesting.
And it was all landscape at first.
Sure.
But when I moved home to Glendora, I mean, it's nice here, but there's not these Alaskan picturesque landscapes to capture. So anyhow, I decided to enroll at Citrus College in 2019 so that I could get my degree in photography, because I really wanted to learn. I do well learning from teachers.
Yeah.
And I wanted to learn the ins and outs of my camera and fine art.
Yeah.
And just really dive deep into the technical side. So going to school for that really helped.
Right.
Then in 2020, you know, we get sent home and saying, oh, you know, the COVID thing. So we never went back. So I did have to finish my photography stuff at home, in a studio at home.
Oh, man.
And then I got pregnant with my daughter. I got married, and I became a stay-at-home mom. So all the photography stuff I was gearing towards kind of had to get put on pause.
Gotcha.
In 2020, 2021.
Okay.
Here we are in 2024.
Yeah.
It's been 1 year anniversary since I started my business, SJNV Photographs.
Yeah.
I just figured last year, it's my time, I'm ready to go for it. So to get started, I invested in a content day.
Okay.
So that was put on by other professionals in the industry, and you attend a content workshop and take pictures of models, and that's how you get your stuff going.
Gotcha.
So really, clients weren't coming to me. I had to go and get that content first to attract my ideal client.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning and growing, but
Sure.
I'm really happy that I have seemed to find the niche of community and small business service base.
Yeah.
I'm really passionate about that. So after a year, it's really exciting to get back to that.
No, that's great. And what's great about, like, even in this town and stuff, something like your services, it's a great business. It's a word of mouth a lot of times.
Oh yeah.
You know, you know, you do one, like for me, it was like you did our ribbon cutting and then somebody reaches out to me, hey, those were great photos, who did them, you know? Or when I post it, I tag you. And I think that what I love about this town too is when you find a business that does well, or does this product, sells a product, or offers a service that's helpful or something that we need, I mean, the community kind of comes together and says,
they totally lift you up.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you not? I mean, especially being from Glendora, and even if you're not though, I have talked to many people that are not from here, but they still feel that sense of community support, and then they've decided this is my forever home now.
Yeah, that's true.
I remember being a kid in elementary and being excited for the Santa Claus coming down, everything that they do here in the village, all the traditions that they've kept.
Yeah.
And you know, it's really great to bring my husband here to this town because he's not from here. And you know, he definitely feels the Hallmark charm.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's so nice to be able to raise our daughter here too.
It is really nice. Yeah, and it's great to see my kids doing it because like they're experiencing similar things that I went through. I've been here born and raised, so it's like now I see my kids doing some of this.
It's so nostalgic.
It is.
And we get to live it again.
Yeah.
And then some people can make fun of it and be like, oh, it's so corny, but like, okay, G-Town proud, baby. I don't care.
One thing I wanted to touch on, and maybe you could share, because I think I get this question a lot with doing content for myself, and I wanted to see if you could touch on it at all. You know, some of the importance, because I know you do some like lifestyle and branding stuff, right? And we've kind of touched on it. What are some of the benefits, you know, if somebody's a business owner here that maybe hasn't really dabbled in any type of content or any type of...
So, yeah, I can speak to that. So the value that people need to understand that they're going to get through professional photography is the trust.
Right.
You're building trust with your client or whoever your service is for, your community.
Yeah.
That level of professionalism, it's all about building trust, and that's the biggest thing, I would say.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just don't value, not that they don't value that, they just don't understand how deeply that trust is built based on visuals.
Right.
And in a day and age where there's beautiful imagery everywhere.
Oh, I think that's a really important thing because
it's about building trust.
Trust, because people
you want to trust where you're giving your money too,
right?
Because especially something with insurance and something with photography, you're investing a lot, and some people don't always have that extra to make that investment, so they're saving up over time.
Right.
So if they're going to spend that precious investment with you, they want to make sure they can trust you with that.
Yeah.
So that I would
Absolutely.
say is a big takeaway.
Yeah, and I think especially when you have some of that like professional photography or it's video or something like that, what I found too was like when I do have that conversation with somebody, it's almost a easier conversation because they've already seen photos, they've seen kind of what I'm about or who I am.
That's
a little
the
bit.
education piece.
Right.
So you're speaking to, part of that is to educate our clients.
Right.
So that way, like you said, it's way more streamlined. Once they're coming to you, they already understand what your service is, what
Right.
the value is, you've built the trust.
Who you are.
Who
Yeah.
you are. And so you're gonna establish that through being consistent, but also you have to be authentic because people can sense that.
Yeah.
People can sense an ad from a mile away.
Sure.
They don't wanna be sold to.
Right.
So, you
Yeah.
know, you wanna be real. And a lot of times people wanna get away from trying to show themselves. But
Yeah.
in this day and age, that's what really people are wanting more.
Yeah.
That's what's building that trust and showing that value. And then, so you're speaking to the education piece.
Sure.
That's really a good reason too to have the content.
Right.
Give that people, and you know, they just want to get into your world that way.
Yeah. One thing I will say about your personality, I think, which goes a line perfect to photography, is because in some of my prior life, I did some photography, and I had a hard time with making the people feel warm and like not just comfortable, right?
That is
'Cause
a
it
skill
could
that
get-
people, that's part of
'Cause it's
what you're
challenging.
getting to when you choose a photographer.
Right.
You're getting that person, that comfortability. That's also part of your value. So that's sometimes hard to explain in a document when you have a
Yes.
pricing guide.
Yes.
And that's why it's best to show that
Right.
through the content.
Absolutely.
You nailed it.
So, and that's why I wanted to say that, because I always brought my wife on the shoots because I knew she was, you know, a little more outgoing and the kids would be a little more comfortable with her than me because I was more the one just behind the camera taking the photos. But I think, you know, if somebody's watching this and like, man, maybe I'll consider you for like family photography, that type of personality is really important, especially with kids, and to get everybody to feel, because it can be, as the other side taking the photos, it can be a little uncomfortable.
I've got that feedback on a wedding I shot last year. It was the third shooter on it, actually.
Okay.
And the lead shooter was saying to me during the reception, "Oh, I know you're going to be good in this industry." And I said, "Why do you say that?" And he goes, "Because you're good with people."
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily something you're hired to do. You're hired to take pictures, but you're not hired to be nice to everybody. You just are, and that's a bonus. But I'd think, how's that a bonus? But that's just the way I am.
Sure,
But
sure.
I've been getting that feedback too, that is a differentiator from my business and what I give to the value of the experience.
Yeah.
From start to finish, you know,
Yeah.
and that makes a huge impact on that experience that you've invested so much in.
Why I was really eager and excited to talk to you about this, because I think there's a lot of, whether it's an individual, a family, a business, I mean, all these people can benefit from the photography services that you provide.
Thank you.
know, so there's nothing more than capturing those memories.
But see,
you know?
I got to get on my content game, because although all that, I'm only able to get that across once I meet somebody, because I don't have that social media presence. So a lot of people are just barely now saying, "Oh, Stephanie, you're doing photography? Oh, you did the job for the Brilly girls? You did their headshots? Oh, you
I
did
see.
pictures for Taylor?"
Yeah.
So the dots are now connecting. So I actually am learning, oh, sorry with the mic.
That's okay.
I actually am learning through what I've done wrong,
Yeah.
that to show that, okay, if I do these things, I will hopefully get my business and name out there more, because I do see how it's hurt me that I don't keep up on the social media aspect that I'm now realizing I need to.
Yeah.
I just attended a social media workshop the other day.
Okay.
Through the chamber, they held a workshop.
Oh, yeah.
And it just was so clear to me, seeing the data of finding your target audience, finding your niche, targeting to them. And if you don't, your content will get shown to nobody.
Right.
And so I can't keep being in the past and outdated about this, because I do think I can provide so much for this town.
Absolutely.
And I just need people to know I'm here.
Exactly.
And
Which
know what
is
I
why-
can do.
which is
so
why
I'm
we're doing
so
this.
glad to be here today.
Yes. No, absolutely. Okay, so one.
So
Go
the
ahead.
thing is, I have
Yes.
branched out. I don't have my niche. So I'm pretty open to any, type of job.
Yeah.
Events, weddings. I just got a quinceañera inquiry.
Nice.
Any studio photos you guys are interested in, any in-home sessions, milestone photos, or pictures of your kids in their sports uniforms.
Yeah.
Just email me.
There you go.
Let's figure it out. I'm open.
Yes, reach out to her. Any kind of photos. Doesn't matter. Like the ribbon cutting ones came out phenomenal, and everybody's been commenting on them. And
You
so
have
I
a
was
small
like,
business with food. I'll take pictures of your food.
Yes.
Take
There
pictures of
go.
you cooking.
Doesn't matter. See, and some of those lifestyle ones, if you are cooking, I mean, that's really important to like show behind the scenes kind of stuff of somebody, you know, and it's hard to do yourself, and you won't. And, or maybe you get your sister or your aunt or your cousin to try, but it really does make a big difference when you get somebody that knows.
Because the professional imagery is going to help them level up.
Right.
It just is.
It's the whole, it's your brand. It's every, you know, you're putting yourself out there and you want it to look professional or you want it to look nice or, you know, not saying you can't take it on an iPhone, but that level up is going to just make the brand that much better.
Yeah,
you know?
and I think it's just good to educate on why the investment is worth it and good for you. In the long end, you're going to get that return. And keep updating. A lot of times people, like, they love their one picture they've had since that's their favorite picture, but it's time to update that headshot, baby. You don't look like that anymore.
I know. You see people like that. I was guilty of that for a while. On my business card, I looked, I was like, oh, that was like almost 8 years ago.
So when are we going to get you on the books?
I need to do it. See, I'm guilty of trying to do my own, and it never really worked out to be as good as I was hoping. So, see, this is why you need to hire somebody that actually does this.
But definitely, like, you know, let me plug myself. You know,
yeah, please do.
I'm just kidding.
No, please.
Let me.
That's why we're here. Just here, I'll skip.
Good morning, Glendora. Stephanie here. So you can find me on Instagram at SJNV Photographs. So that's photographs with an S.
Yes.
Because Instagram didn't have the photography available. So.
Love it.
And then my website, www.sjnvphotographs.com.
Yep. Awesome.
I propose for the rest of the series, I think it'd be really awesome if the interviewer could recommend a hidden gem in Glendora and to highlight a small business. Oh, I just thought of one.
Oh.
Okay, Unique Cafe on Route 66. Unique, U-N-I-K Cafe. They're a small business. They're a lovely cafe, delicious food. They have an awesome little back outside area to lounge.
Okay.
And they're right there next to Clubhouse 66. They're in the same
really?
Little shopping center.
I didn't know.
Unique Cafe.
Hidden gem.
Hidden gem.
Love it. All right. Well, thank you for coming on. I'm really excited to have this conversation. You're awesome. Follow Stephanie on Instagram, go to her website, reach out to her for photos.
Please say hi if you see me, because if I see you, I'm going to come say hi. So
She will. She said hi to every person that's walked by. I love it.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for spending the morning with us.
Yes, thank you for spending the morning with us. Stay tuned for the next one, but for now, reach out to Stephanie because she's awesome.
Thank you.
We'll catch you guys soon.